my favorite plane drinking story. So I'm on a plane from New York to Tampa. This is when I was probably 25 years old, maybe 26. And I'm sitting next to a guy who I don't really know. But he's sitting in the middle seat. I'm in the far left seat. And we're probably halfway through the flight, maybe even beginning of the flight. And the flight attendant comes up and says, can I help you? I ring the bell. And I go to order a drink. She cuts me off. And I go, okay. And she goes, I think we're going to wait for a second. Okay. Is that okay? And I went, yeah, sure. I didn't know what it was. And then I realized I got cut off. And the guy looks at me and he goes, hey, you're talking entirely too much. I said, what? And he goes, you're talking. You stop talking. All you do is one more. And he goes, you have noise reduction headsets on. You're yelling. You sound drunk. You're telling, what kind of beers you just don't ask any questions.
Just point.
Tap. And he goes, when she comes back, I'm going to order us both a drink. But in the meantime, let's take half a pill. Goes in, he cracks a pill in half, gives it to me. I said, what is it? And he goes, don't worry, I'm a doctor. I said, really? He goes, yeah, I'm a doctor. I mean, I know I make stories unbelievable sometimes, but I almost swear to God he had a medicine bag with him. Like in my memory of the story, he had like a medicine bag.
He had a St. Bernard thing around his neck.
So we take half a pill, and he goes, let's give it a second. And when she comes back, we'll give her a minute. I'm going to order us 2 drinks. I said, okay. So we make a solid 30 minutes, maybe 45, and it kicks in. I feel it. I go, 1 beer would make this perfect. And I say that to him, and he goes, and we're about over Jacksonville right now. I'm only saying that based on what happens in this story. We're almost done with our flight, and I'm like, 1 more beer for landing, right? And he was like, yeah. She comes over, and he rings the bell, and he looks at her, and he goes, 2? And she goes, oh, yeah. She comes back with 2 of his drinks, whatever, 2 beers, and puts them down. And I was like, fucking nice. Since that day, I speak very little on a plane. I never speak. It's always, thank you. Because they can't tell that you're drunk.
Yeah.
Now, we get our beers, and the captain gets on this thing, and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a medical emergency. Do we have a doctor on the plane? Without thinking, I ring the bell. Ding. And he goes, what the fuck are you doing? I said, we're doctors. And he goes, no, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. And he goes, and I'm very fucked up. I cannot be taking care of someone right now. And the pilot comes back. He goes, sir, are you a doctor? I go, we are. And he goes, what? And I go, he is, but I'm with him. And the doctor goes, hey man, we have a medical emergency up front. Can you come look at it? And he's like, this guy's like, he's like, yeah, hold on. Gives me his beer. He goes up, he comes back and goes, we're making an emergency landing right now. And I was like, what? And he goes, dude, shit's fucked up. There's a baby with like 107 temperature up there. We have to get that baby into a fucking hospital right now. We called ahead. They got like a fucking, they called ahead. They had an ambulance waiting for us on the tarmac.
Whoa.
The pilot said, ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to feel is an aggressive landing. I want you to know that this is well within the capability of this plane, but you will feel like we're getting into a plane crash.
Yeah,
it will feel like we're going down, but we are above Orlando right now, and we have emergency clearance. So everyone buckle your seats and hold on. We dove into Orlando, and we stopped within 10 feet of where we landed. And a fucking ambulance was on. They got that kid wrapped up in ice or whatever, took him off the fucking plane, and then he goes, all right, we're taking off back to Tampa. Doctor looks at me and goes, you want another beer?
I was gonna say, two more.
Dude, I was so fucked up on that fucking plane. Oh, man.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Dude, before we let you go, I texted you after Lucky came out, and I was like, I gotta tell you about the story about when I put down my dog.
Yeah, this is great.
Dude, so this is probably like 2 years ago, right? And I was home. It was like a dog that my parents had. And I don't know if my dad wasn't around or whatever, but like it kind of fell on me. Like it was like my first time in my life where like I kind of had to be the man of the house, where it was like I'm going with my mom and my little sister, like I'll handle stuff, blah 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 blah. It was a Sunday afternoon, so we get to the clinic or whatever, and first thing I'm filling out like just the forms. But I don't know if you had to do it with your experience is pretty different where they came to you. But it was like, how do you want your dog to be disposed of? Say, right? And so it's like, do you want to take the dog home? Do you want to? You can take it, we can take it, or we can cremate it, or we can cremate it with a group of other dogs. And I was like, well, okay.
The group cremation.
I was like,
crazy.
first start, I don't want to
his-
Holocaust
his
my
last-
dog.
It's his last play date.
But I was like, you just throw it and light it on fire. Like, that's just straight up the Holocaust. That's the Holocaust. Like, so no, I was like, we'll do an individual. Like, just burn them.
I'll splurge.
Burn her like how she is.
Burn her by herself. And you know they're like, sure.
Yeah.
We're not going to put them all in a fucking orgy and just cut the time in half. Dude, I'm hungover.
I got 5 dogs here. You think I'm doing 5 separate times? Yeah, sure thing.
I'm going
pal.
to turn this on 5 times as opposed to 1 time in 5 piles. Little pile for the poodle, little pile for the Shih Tzu.
It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen, right? And then, so then we get into the operating room, whatever the hell you want to call it, the observing room, whatever. And they come in, they're like, we're going to put this catheter in her because they tend to pee when they get put down, all this stuff. My sister now, she loses it. She can't be in the room anymore, so she runs out. And my mom is like, I'm going to go take care of her. And I was like, okay, like I'll stay with this dog, who I loved very much, but it was a dog they got when I was like 22. Like I didn't really it wasn't my childhood dog. And so I was like, okay, I'll stay with Maddie. And they come in and they're like, we're going to give you a little more time with Maddie. So just here's a buzzer. Ring it when you're ready. And I was like, dude, I'm at the fucking hospital. I'm ready, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Like,
Right? Like, I've been laying on the floor with this fucking dog trying to get my courage up to come kill her for all morning. Like, I've been here. Just fucking kill her and, like, stop. Right? And so they go, I'm just sitting in the room. I'm like, I don't know. What's the amount of time I'm supposed to wait? Like, I'm ready. How long am I supposed to be sitting in here with this dog that I'm about to fucking kill? Like I'm the one.
You are disposing of her. Like you're the executioner.
I'm giving like, yep, kill her. And so they come in, and I think you mentioned it in the special where they get very happy. So she got really happy.
Every dog, before you kill it, is like, you know what, I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
Dude, Mona was blind and deaf. She had liver failure. Our littlest dog. We had to put her down recently. And this dog, I said in the special, this is the kind of dog you should have killed 5 years ago.
Right.
Like, it just sits there blind. And the last day, Mona starts wagging her tail and jumping and playing, and you're like, you're getting killed in like 3 hours.
Dude, that happened with our first dog, which was my childhood dog, with Maisie, where my mom took her to the ER, and they were like, it's Friday. It was like Friday night, Friday evening, whatever. They're like, it's Friday. Give her the weekend, but bring her on Monday. She's got to go. So my mom took her home. She started jumping all over the place all weekend. Come Monday comes, my mom's like, I'm not killing her. She's fucking great.
Yeah.
She lived 3 more years.
Are you serious?
She lived 3
Are
more
you
fucking
serious?
years, dude. My mom was like, what the fuck? You told me to come kill her on Monday.